The Uprising.
It is important for us to continue the conversation around gender-based violence and violence against children, and also the rate of femicide that we are struggling with in the country at the moment. And I do believe, Uguti, the root is one that we haven't dealt with yet. Imbangela yale nkinga asikafiki kuyona. And this is where our conversations need to start. We need to root out where the problem starts. And I was speaking to Usaneli Hateb, who's the psychologist joining us on the line, about how we are socialized in our communities, the way that we are raised, and how that gives rise to feeling your ownership with Abantu Besilisa. Saneli, thank you so much for joining us. Namhlanje, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
We are good. We are great, but we could be better. We're hoping, Uguti, we're going to get to a stage where we are better, where South Africa is a safe country to live in for Abantu Besifazane. So I want us to start the conversation around how we are raised, the socialization of ingane. Inkinga iguphi ngokubona kwakho?
Okay, first of all, I'd like to just send my condolences to all the families that have been affected, throughout the few weeks. It must be very difficult for them, and I sympathize with them. So going back to today's topic about socialization, I think it's important to first just have an idea of what it is. What is socialization? Socialization is the process of learning how to become members of society.
Okay.
So we learn how to be male and female, and then how to act out our roles as males and females in society. So socialization is influenced, I do want to highlight this, by many things. There are agents of socialization such as media, what we see on TV, what we hear on radio, what we read in our newspapers, peers, so our friends. Family is actually the most fundamental or influential stage of socialization.
Ngoba sikhulela kuwona umndeni.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where the foundation is laid down. So if mistakes are made in the foundation stage, then it's very difficult to build or produce men of substance.
Imaphi ke lama mistakes esiwenzayo as abazali when we are raising these young men?
I think the first one is how women normalize violence. Right. We always look at this as men are the perpetrators and they should be jailed, but there are so many other things that we could do to fix the problem. And one of them is for us as women, as families, as societies, to stop normalizing violence. Some women don't frame the experiences as abuse in South Africa, meaning that we've gotten to a point where if ubaba ekhaya enomsindo shaya, we just understand which ubaba nje unomsindo uyashaya.
Into yakhe.
When actually, yes, they're wrong. Now, ingane ekhula in that household ibukani. Ibuka ukuthi okay kushuthi if I'm a male and umuntu esifazane ngihlala naye wenza into engayithandi mina, I have a right
Shaya
to put my hand.
Becomes a norm.
Yes, because we've normalized it to a point where we even have excuses for it, where we're like, no, it's unje. Unje.
Saneli, I don't know if I'm reaching here, but ngila abantu mina that have a very big problem with how abantu besilisa abaningi refer to abantu besifazane, and we're seeing it especially now since they are empathizing with us. Bayazwelana nathi. But kuyangihlupha akuhlali kahle when I hear them saying, other men must stop beating our women. They must stop beating and killing our daughters.
That ownership.
Angazi nginenkinga nale term ethi our. I don't know if I'm reaching or if this has anything to do with, again, how we are socialized and this sense of ownership. Can you talk me through that?
I mean, language is a very big building block in socialization. One can even go as far as saying, also reaching here, that language says a lot about how you grew up and what has been put into you, because then you will spew it out. You cannot contain the things that have been put into you. So there is a language of ownership, which goes back to the point for this whole thing of men are trash and all men are trash, is because some men don't physically harm women, but they harm them with their words. Like, verbal abuse, calling women certain things. And then there's a group of men who don't correct the behavior in their circles, where you still listen to these things, you're internalizing them, but you're not doing anything to change or to stop it. So language, yes, is a big building block when we look at socialization. What was put into you is what you are going to also keep on ngomlomo wakho.
So then, if socialization is such a big part of the problem that we are facing now, how and when do we start fixing it? Uqalaphi uma lezinto kuyizinto esifunde in our formative stage as children?
I'm very happy that you're bringing that up, because that's the mistake I think a lot of us are doing. We're looking at the bigger system for solutions. We're looking at the government for solutions, and we're not looking internally and kind of digesting and doing a bit of introspection and looking, how is my culture influencing the way I'm raising my children? How is my religion influencing the way I'm raising? What am I putting into my children? What is the school system doing? What are teachers saying to our kids every day? Are they carrying on with the whole thing of hierarchy, where the male is always above the woman? Yes. So those are the questions we need to be asking ourselves as a country. Why are our societies producing such broken men? The government can only do so much, but what are we doing at the ground level? Socialization is so unconscious to the point where you don't even realize you're socializing your child into a certain specific role or specific way of thinking. Think about it. I'm a baby shower. We have baby showers, and then after that, when the child is born, as soon as it's a girl, we buy pink. We buy toys that are dolls. We buy kitchen sets for amantombazane. And then what we do for young boys, we give them, they wear blue, and then they grow up, they're given guns as toys.
Matraki.
Exactly.
I'm a building blocks.
You are teaching your child from a very young age ukuthi you have power over this one. Intombazane ihlala endlini iyaklina, umfana can roam the street adlale nabangani bakhe. You know what I mean? So it's very indirect. So as a country, some level of introspection needs to be done, because we can only blame biology to a certain point.
Sure.
Like, this person inherited this from whatever. But at some point, nurture has to come in and play a huge role. We're saying we are now teaching. First of all, this has to go to parents. How am I bringing up my children?
Yeah. Uma Saneli sikhuluma ngokuthi abantu besifazane are under attack, and the perpetrators of these crimes for the most part are abantu besilisa. Are we then wrong in saying abantu besilisa who should be leading these conversations and not abantu besifazane? How should we figure that one out? Ukuthi, who should lead this conversation where we are trying to fix this problem?
Maybe not lead per se, but I definitely feel that men should have a strong voice in this matter. Because if the men are quiet, then we have no solution, because the solution in essence lies with them. We are saying men are trash because we are trying to administer this medication to everyone at the same time. We are saying go into your circles and change how your circle thinks.
Sure.
So we cannot leave them out completely. As soon as you alienate men from this process, then we are definitely going down the wrong road.
And we cannot do it by ourselves. Bantu besilisa siyandinga. We need you to use your voices in your homes, to use your voices in your circle of friends, to use your voice at work. We need you. Lento lena angeke size siqede sodwa. These are not conversations that are to be had by abantu besifazane kuphela. We need you. It's time, muntu wesilisa, to use your voice to make a difference. That was Usaneli Hadebe, our psychologist, joining us on the line. Thank you so much. Saneli, I do also gotta believe ukuthi this is just the beginning of the conversation that we need to continue with. So I do feel ukuthi mhlambe next week sokudinga futhi so ungadinwa bandla sazokuhlupha.
Not a problem.
All right. 7:26 on Gagasi FM. These are the conversations that we need to be having.
Absolutely.
Singaphela mandla, singaphela moya, until this problem is fixed. You're still listening to Gagasi FM. This is The Uprising.
Weekday morning, 6 to 9 with Felix Lonjebs.